Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 3 of Extra The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, as you know, Extra The Amazing Spider-Man are meant to have these short stories and kind of like these own little annuals. One of the stories that I am covering is Nice Things, that tells a past story about Harry Osborn's childhood and a more parental side of Norman Osborn. Keep in mind that, yeah, the point of Harry and Norman's relationship is like the typical dysfunctional father and son thing. And I think the point of Norman Osborn was that you can tell deep down cared about Harry, but saw him as a reminder of what he lost when he lost his wife Emily, and a sort of more pathetic version of him. I think the point of Norman Osborn is that, in a way, always saw Peter as an heir and successor. So the story mainly starts off with a voice saying, "This is going to be almost impossible to believe, knowing what you know, but it wasn't always bad. Relax. Okay. Millions of kids not half as smart as you do this every day. Ready?" And we kind of see how back in the past, Norman Osborn helped his young son Harry learn to ride a bike, and at times got better. And this is one of those things where you can tell Harry always treasured the memory, but you can tell after always putting the rose-colored glasses, even remembered the worst part of it. And we see a group of kids saying, "Hey Harry, cool bike, come here." And we kind of see how the kids kind of take advantage of Harry trying to take the bike and then leave off without it. And this is where you can tell Harry starts to feel a little responsible and worrying what his dad's going to do. And yeah, I think we've all been here where something bad happens and we're worried our parents going to, be furious, mad, or shamed. But we see how Norman noticed something's wrong with Harry, saying, "Hey Harry, I'm going lay down. My stomach hurts." "Harry, what happened? Where's your bike?" "Dad, he took it." And this is where you're gonna think Norman's gonna, talk to the kids, maybe try and persuade them to kind of give Harry's bike back to him. And this is where we're gonna see the worst part of it. Because as soon as Norman sees them, he takes the baseball bat, and this is where you can tell he goes way too far. And this is where he basically drags one kid off, and just as you think he's gonna beat the merciful crud out of him, this is where we see him bashing the bike. And obviously this is like showing Harry what's gonna happen next time if you don't look after things, and if you don't, this is what's gonna happen. And keep in mind that, yeah, you can tell Norman's doing this as a threat to Harry to remind him, this is what happens when you don't look after things. I'm going to show you what's going to happen. And as soon as Norman goes way too far, we see him saying, "Maybe next time you'll remember what happens to your nice things. You don't take care of them. How about some ice cream?" "Okay." Again, I like how Norman just shrugs it off, like saying, "Yeah, don't do it again, or else." And this is where we can tell Harry now knows that what happened in the past was a past, and that he can't blame people for his own faults. And we see him with his recovery group, and after leaving, we see him seeing that his old girlfriend Lily, who was meant to be another sort of Green Goblin-like character called Menace, and you can tell Harry knows that she's pregnant, and knows that Norman will come for her. And of course, leaving the story off, saying, "Because when Norman Osborn is through with you, no one gets to have you." And yeah, this is the story. I think the story is not too bad. I think it's clear that Norman does care about Harry deep down, but sees him as a reminder of what he lost, as well as a reflection of himself. And I think the point of Harry is all obviously meant to be a dark reflection of Peter, showing what Peter would have been like if he had been taken in by Norman Osborn and not had Uncle Ben in his life. So I think the story still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.